X. X is a movie directed by Ty West and features a group of adult film stars who are trying to make a movie. They decide to shoot the movie on location at a Texas ranch while renting from a local farm owner. There's something off about the farmer's wife, which the movie only alludes to early on. Because of this, the farmer specifically requests that the guests not bother them while they're around. And the kicker is that our protagonists haven't told the farmer that they're shooting an adult film in their ranch house. So they attempt to pull off this movie without alerting the farmer or his wife, or who knows what could happen. And we have our movie. Overall, I thought X was a surprisingly creepy, fun, and well-paced story. And it's a really clever slasher horror film. Ty West makes this a fun journey from start to finish, albeit having a slower journey at the first half. We get a steady dose of our protagonists, who are a surprisingly interesting group that beg really awesome questions. The introduction to the farmer and his wife is mysterious, which catches your attention instantaneously. And to top it off, the conflict is unique and possesses really interesting stakes. And along the way, there are plenty of surprises in this movie to keep it refreshing and unpredictable. Let me start off with this. X does something that very few movies do, which is be really good at being several genres at one time. It interweaves between many of them, crosses over between them, and they include comedy, horror, slasher horror, and even at sometimes a historical piece. In moments where our protagonists are in fear for their lives, we fear on their behalf and are constantly on the lookout for their killers. You're always sure of the fact that they're in danger, you just never quite know how it's going to play out, which really ups the stakes and keeps you on the edge of your seat. And this movie kept each endgame surprising and suspenseful. And there, of course, is comedic elements that are present throughout the film, including the portrayal of adult film stars that are sometimes caricaturized and over the top, along with really exaggerated kills that make for some funny moments in a sick, twisted kind of way. And to top it all off, there's historical references and artifacts that truly make the movie feel like it's taking place in the time that it claims to. And it pulls that off in abundant ways that are also really subtle as to not kind of shove it in your face. And that doesn't make for the most entertaining parts of the movie, but it makes the experience feel complete and whole. And in addition, I really thought the characters were interesting and fun to follow. Our characters consist of a relatively diversified group between adult film stars and 2 young film members. Our group is relatively diverse, consisting of a lot of adult film stars and 2 young filmmakers. And when you combine these 2 together, you get these really odd, intense moments of introspection that are really intriguing, but also can't help but make you laugh. You feel the utter curiosity that the young filmmakers feel and what it does to their character as the movie progresses. And on the other side of that, the confidence of our adult film stars is really caricaturized, which is really convincing and makes them a lot of fun to watch. And the interactions between these 2 groups is where the deepest introspection of the movie occurs and makes for the most interesting elements. Also, X does a really great job of posing ideas around perspective and also historical traditions. Within the interactions of both groups of protagonists, they really start posing these interesting ideas that get you to reflect a little bit. Things such as societal norms, traditions, and also what it's like to challenge both of those things. And that added perspective is done meaningfully and also intentionally without feeling like the movie is shoving it in your face too much. And that supplement becomes a great additive to the movie as it ups the outcomes for our characters and is also thought-provoking for the audience at the same time. I will say the weakest part of this film comes in some scenes that sort of feel meandering and like filler. These moments are few and far in between, but they come across as more of a distraction to the nice natural cadence of the story, and their inclusion ultimately surrounds side characters that really don't add a lot to the movie, or they're there for the purpose of creating artificial moments of tension, which is a bummer. And while they don't kill the movie's momentum entirely, I think the film would have been better served if they just weren't in it. So friends, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to give X an 8 out of 10. I thought it was great and I highly recommend seeing it. Also be aware there is a post-credit scene at the very end, so stick around for that. Friends, have you seen X? If so, what'd you think of it? You know where the comment section is. Let me know. Thanks so much for watching another Bankrupt Hippo movie review. If you like this, click right here if you'd like to see more. I've been Bryson. Until next time, have a great day.